Howdy y'all, what's up and welcome to another video. So today's video is a Q&A and this is so long overdue. I think I first got asked for one of these like a year ago now, so it is so overdue. So yeah, without further delay, let's get into this video. Before we jump right into the questions, this thing, I made my first green tea matcha thing today. It is so stinky good. I made it completely from scratch and I will put the recipe in the description because you guys, this thing is so good. Okay, the first question that I have for Poco is, how old is Poco? Alright, so Poco is 9 years old, and if you didn't see his birthday video, go check that out because it tells you how old he is. But yes, he's 9 years old and his birthday is April 1st. Next question is, what breed is Poco? Good question. So his mom was a registered paint, and it's anyone's guess what his dad was. I've never really been able to get the story straight, and so we really don't know what his dad is, but I think he maybe has some Arabian or something. I'm not sure, but he is half registered paint at least, and it's obvious that he is paint. We're just not sure what the other half is, so he's paint. He's just a grade paint. Next question is, what is Poco's favorite food? So I think fresh green grass is probably his very favorite food, but if you're asking like what he likes as like a treat, he loves carrots, and he likes them even more than apples, and I think the reason is because like an apple is kind of harder for him to eat. He likes to eat them all in one bite, so a carrot's a bit smaller, so I think he likes carrots better, but I mean he wouldn't pass on either of them, he'd take both. The next question is, does Poco prefer English or Western? Honestly, I don't really know. Poke, do you like English or Western better? English or Western? I think it's pretty even. He loves jumping. He likes doing our little Western sports at the shows and that kind of stuff. So I think it's pretty much even. I think his favorite thing, like his all-time favorite, is to go on trail rides. He loves going on trail rides. Next question. Is Poco on my farm? Yes, Poco is here on the farm that my parents own. I can look out my window every morning and chances are I'll probably see him because there's a pasture right in front of my window, so that's pretty sweet deal. How often does Poco get ridden? It kind of depends on the week and like my activities, the things I'm doing, but generally speaking, I ride him 5 days a week. Okay, next question. What is Poco's gender? Okay, so Poco is a boy, but he is a neutered boy. No, that sounds really terrible. He is a neutered male, and so that means he's a gelding. So in horse terms, he is a gelding. Who is Poco's best friend? Oh, that's a sweet question. I think he just likes everybody. He's really a happy-go-lucky kind of guy, and I don't think he really picks favorites. He just likes all the horses. What does the name Poco mean? Oh, that's a fun question. I don't think I ever told you guys what the name Poco means. So Poco in Spanish means little. And paints are kind of like a Spanish horse. They could be considered more like a Spanish horse kind of thing. So I gave him the name Poco because he was, until we got Moses, he was the smallest horse out of our whole herd. And very last question for Poco. Does he like being in front of the camera? Does he like being videoed? That is a good question. I'm not entirely sure. Like it seems like, especially if we're doing like sit down videos like this, like he's really good. Like generally speaking, if I wasn't filming a video right now, he'd be kind of antsy or trying to graze or trying to leave or doing something. So I think he knows he's being videoed. But then sometimes like when he's in a bad mood, if I want to film like a tack up and ride or something, he will like purposefully like disobey in the arena, like do things that he like never does. Alright, so moving on to my questions. How long have I been riding? My entire life. Yeah, my mom has had horses almost her entire life, so when she was pregnant with me, she was riding. So, I mean, yeah, my entire life. Why did I start riding? I loved horses, and I just grew up with it. Like, it was never even, like, a question really growing up. Like, we all rode. Like, my brother and my dad, they don't ride anymore. Probably been 5 years since either of them have been on a horse, maybe 6. For me, just growing up with my mom, you know, we've always been pretty close, so it's just what we do, and I've always loved it. I've always loved horses, so that, yeah, I hope that answers your question. Next question, who was my first horse? So when I was either 3 or 4, my parents got me a miniature horse. Her name was Penny. She was adorable. She was the sweetest little pony ever. I barely even remember her because they sold her when I was like 6. But yeah, she was the horse that I rode first for a long time. And she was also the horse that I had my first fall on, which was the next question. What horse did I fall off of first? She was the horse I fell off of first. The first time I remember falling off of her, we were going down a hill, and she like didn't do anything as far as I recall. I just like slipped off her head and rolled down the hill in front of her. Yeah, so have I been riding English or Western longer? I started riding Western. I rode in a Western saddle until I was probably 6 or 7. And then my mom is a dressage trainer, so she like never rides Western, like ever. 6 or 7, I started riding English. She got me like a kid's English dressage saddle. So I rode English then until I was 13. And then when I was 13, I bought my first saddle, which was a treeless Western saddle. It's like a barrel racing and trail saddle, and it's treeless, so it's great because I can use it on like any horse ever. How long have I had Poco? So I bought Poco, it'll be 2 years ago this November. Right, next question. Do I have more horses other than just Poco? Yes, I do actually. So I have Poco, obviously, and then I have Moses. He's like the family horse, but he'll probably be mine because my mom doesn't ride short horses. She's got a thing for the big ones, so he'll probably be mine. I have another horse from Moses's herd, the herd that he came from. So looking forward to introducing you guys to really, really soon. And then I have a miniature donkey, but that's not a horse, so. Have I ever competed in English? You know, I really want to, but I actually have never competed in English. We live like in the middle of like Western country, like all around us, we're out in the country really far. And we're out of the city. So the cities where there's a lot of English riders, where we are, it's more Western. So that's just kind of the circle, the show circle that I'm involved with. But I really want to get into English showing because he loves jumping. So I really want to do that. That's my goal for next summer, is to get into some more English shows and that kind of stuff. What is my favorite saddle? Like I just said, I love my Western saddle. I also have an English jumping saddle. So honestly, I love both of them evenly. They're so different. Like my Western saddle obviously is perfect for barrel racing and trail riding and all sorts of other stuff like that. And then my jumping saddle, you know, it's not really easy to jump in a barrel racing saddle. I have done it, but I do not make a habit of it. So that's really hard to answer. I love both my saddles evenly. All right, next question. What is my most expensive piece of tack? So like I was just saying, my barrel racing saddle, it cost me, I think altogether, like for everything, close to $1,000 for all of it. And I did buy it all brand new, so that's probably, and honestly, some of you are probably thinking, that's it for like a brand new saddle? Like that's all you spent? Yeah, actually, yeah. Do I prefer English or Western? It really depends on what mood I'm in. Like if I feel like going out there and doing something high speed, then I want to go Western because I want to go barrel racing, or I want to go do something really fast, then it would be Western. But if I want to do something more cool, collected, jumping, that kind of thing, it would be English. So again, that's a hard question for me to answer because I love both evenly and so does he. So that's just hard for me to answer. What is my favorite horse breed? So for me, I don't go based on the breed. I go based on their performance level. So like, with him, I don't even know what his breed is. I mean, like, he's a paint, yeah, but like, I don't know what the rest of him is. I just love him because you know, he's amazing. He's amazing. He's the best pupsies of all. So, yeah, for me, I can't really say like a favorite breed because it just depends on the horse. It all depends on the horse. Do I own a barn? No, actually, I don't. My parents do, though. They own an entire horse farm. So, no, I personally do not own a barn, but my parents do. So, last question. Why did I start YouTube? One day I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna post a random video. I was like, oh, this is fun, and I just kept posting videos about Poco. It's super duper easy. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, I totally suggest that you do. It's so easy, and it's fun. Like, I do it because it's fun. It's just fun for me to talk with people in the comment section and get to know new people, and I've gotten to know multiple people from my YouTube channel, and it's just awesome. Alright, so let's see. That concludes all of my questions. If you guys have any more questions, because this is a Q&A video, I will be doing my best, my very best, to answer any questions that you guys want to submit into the comments that I didn't cover in this video. So make sure to do that if you want to. And let me tell you guys, this thing, oh, it is so good. And it's vegan, so if you're vegan, it's very good. It's made with oat milk. I also have my own recipe for homemade oat milk. It's like oat milk, coconut milk, and it's actually like really good. Like I don't even buy milk anymore. I just use my homemade stuff. It's so good. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!